This for my shooters, man. For my gun lovers, man. I got my man Tom right here, surplus arm. Black owned. We linked up with a good one right here. We gonna give y'all some education on what to do with these guns, have fun with these guns. Got my man Chester, you know, MMA campaign, you know what I'm saying? Boss, you know what I'm talking about. We out Chester, PA, man. Yo, how you doing, bro?
You good, man? Good.
It feel good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not feel like a kid in the candy store on this joke, man. All these guns, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. It's surplusarme.com to get fix your apparel.
Surplusarme.com.
Surplusarme. Forgive me. I ain't good with names, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Cause support black owned, man. You gotta support your own, man. Let me ask you a question. What made you get started with this, man?
Started off as a collector.
Yeah.
You know.
At what age?
I started at 21, but just I guess around 2013, 2014, just started buying unnecessary amounts just because.
You love that shit, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was shooting all the time, and you know, I could be spending my money on other things, drugs and alcohol. Right? You know what I mean?
Well, God.
I chose this. So
Yeah.
then, you know, dealing with other people, sick of paying transfer fees and things like that. I was like, man, I could do this for myself. You know, here we are. You know, fast forward. You know, from 2000. You know, I started in 2015. I think it was. Yeah, 2015. Here we are now. You know, got our own brand and everything. So.
Well, that's good, man. You know, everybody got their vices, man. You know, I wish I would have got into these guns, man. Look at you now.
Yeah.
You started as a hobby, now you got your own store, man. You know what I'm saying? I started doing like my detailing. I did my detailing. I started like 15, 16. But I wish I would have had the motivation to do what you doing and kept on going. So you said 2014?
15.
15?
16. Damn,
16? Dang, that's still good though, man. You know what I'm saying? That's hard work pay off. For real, for real.
So the name Surplus Arm, where'd that come from? Why that name?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. So I kind of, you know, I'm one that I kind of get deep into stuff when we do things. So the term surplus, if you look up the term surplus has a meaning of lot of. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And then arm, talking about, you know, farms all together. So, you know, lot of guns. And, you know, that's how we remain. Same as like with all of our brand guns. If you look at our model names, we have some different model names, but all of our model names have like a deep meaning to them. So, you know, they have some kind of meaning somewhere that if you know us, you'll know where the name came from.
What's the example of one?
So we have a model now that no one's seen yet because we haven't brought it out yet, but I can give you, it's the 1101. It's a new model coming soon. You know, I thought about ways of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, but the 1101 has a few things. 1101 is my daughter's birthday. Not to mention, 1101 was the address here. So it was supposed to come out 1101, then I scratched it and went back to something else.
So is it a particular gun that's gonna have to be to match everything? Like,
What you mean?
like, how can I say it? Like, anything in that particular rifle that will match your daughter's birthday and the address. Like, is it something that, like, I'm gonna make it, let's say, for example, I'm gonna make it short because Manny's short. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
I mean, sometimes it works like that, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
So, you know, and you know, our other model, our CC15. Some people say, oh, you know, what does that mean? All right, CC, Chester City. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. You know, where the company originated.
Chester, PA, man. You know what I'm saying?
And what took you from just the love of firearms? When did you decide you wanted to actually make your own brand?
You know, I have been messing with guns for quite a few years, but there was one point where, you know, people were racing to put them together and things like that. And, you know, I got other experiences in other areas, so I said, man, you know, some of the stuff was looking the same. After a while, you know, everybody was rushing to budget guns and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was rushing to budget guns and everything. And I said, you know what? You know, us as black folks, one thing I see in a lot of our forums and stuff is, yeah. Let them in. Folk.
That's what I want to see.
You know, some of our folks rush to the budget stuff and things like that, and you know, due to the fact that, you know, I work on these things, I teach classes, I teach a lot of dynamic classes, so, you know, I can hear folks saying, hey, look, you know, so many rounds, not a problem, but then they come to classes like we have, and they're the laughing stock of the class because their fucking gun ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So I said, you know what? Let's bring into, you know, let's show what we mean. And, you know, it started off like, it was slow, but one thing, I ain't cry about it, you know what I'm saying? I was glad to have something on my own. Now, here we are. I'm 10,000 guns in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And still more, so.
So guess what? Don't stop, man.
And we're a small crew here, so we're not, you know, we ain't no big factory and all that. You know, we have a machine shop, and, you know, we still get our thing going too. So, you know.
Now, with that being said, what would separate your stuff from all the other stuff out here?
I mean, I don't know. All I say to people is, listen, we guarantee our shit. So, you know, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I don't have to tell you. I let other people tell you.
That's right.
You know, so
That's right.
therefore, I don't sit here and brag about what we do different and things like that. Because one thing with me too, I keep a lot of secrets with how I do things too. So, you know, how so many copycats and things like that. So, hey.
So, man, ask you a question. What's your favorite gun, bro? What's your favorite gun, man? Top five, at least top three. Top three.
Nah, top. Yeah,
Top
yeah.
five?
Let's go top five.
Top five. What's your favorite?
I don't know, you know, just dabbling with different classes. You know, a lot of people who know me, they know I own a lot of machine guns, things of that nature. So, you know, one of my favorite platforms is the MP5. It's an iconic platform. It's a great platform. It's also ingenious, you know, just the whole delay system. It's ingenious. Let me see.
You could do a handgun too if you want.
Handguns.
Yeah.
Handguns. I gotta say Glock. As far, okay. So some people could say you could compare a Glock to like
What about the
fucking
Canik?
Honda.
What about the Canik though?
The Canik's alright, but here's why I like the Glock so much. So the Glocks I've used for my training weapons. We also have, like, if someone took a class with us and they don't have their own gun or whatever, we've also rented them out. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you and tell you that I barely ever clean my guns. And guess what? They always run. They always run, no matter what I use to them. So, you know, the Glock is indestructible. It's kind of like the Honda Civic.
Yeah.
You see.
They
You
depend
know
on
what I mean?
Yeah, they depend on
500,000 miles and still running.
Yeah.
You know. Canic, I'm not gonna knock Canic. I actually like Canics. Do I own any? Not anymore.
Mhm.
They just I have no legit reason why I don't own any of them. But
The Glock
you know,
is just your joint.
and I would say it's a Turkish gun, and seems like anything out there made by the Turks has been relatively good. You know, they've had a very good track record, you know, since we've been, so, you know, it's one of the few brands that we stand by. That's one thing about us here. I won't sell anything that we don't stand by. If I couldn't sell it to my own mom, I'm not gonna sell it. I don't care who I offend when I say that, but you know, I look at it like, at the end of the day, when you carry a gun, you're carrying a gun to protect your life. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, sell you some bullshit just to get some money, that's not us here. So,
Good.
you know, and if we don't have what you need or want, and, you know, and I tell you, well, that's not what we carry or whatever, you don't want to get it here, then, you know, it is what it is. This ain't about the money here, man. You know, everybody that comes in here buys a gun, if they don't have no experience, they get that consultation, you know what I mean? They get that time, you know, because at the end of the day, when you walk out this door, I want to make sure you good, your family's good, you understand what you're getting, you understand what you're getting yourself into, you know what I'm saying? Not just send you out of here, because that ain't us.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I see so many people that just grab guns and think they good and that's it. Like they don't do no kind of education, training themselves on how to shoot it. Like I always get the same question all the time. What do you think my first gun should be? I don't know because I don't know your situation. Like, do you live by yourself? Do you have kids in the house? Do you have neighbors? All that determines what kind of
I
ammo
ain't
you
thinking
use.
about none of that shit. Give me that big motherfucker right there. You see that joint right there?
I mean,
I don't give a fuck about none of that
and then
shit.
the other thing now, like, you know, right now, like, women gun ownership is on a rise, like a mother. We get more women in here than you could believe.
They shoot better than us sometimes, man.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of them, when you tell them what to do, they'll stop, regardless of whether they learn from somewhere else or not. They will stop and do everything that they're shown.
Yeah.
As opposed to a guy, some guys have that machismo thing, you know, you
ego
can't
shit.
change their ways. And, you know, but one of my biggest pet peeves is, like, some of the social media platforms or, like, some of these gun forums. And you'll have a woman that'll ask, you know, what should I get? And every guy has that fucking answer. And believe it or not, you know, it's always the one person who just turns around and says, why don't you go and see and try one out? Get a feel for it first. Because you got everybody recommending everything under the sun.
Yep.
And sometimes some of the shit they recommend is bullshit anyway. And, you know, I used to comment on it. And then some folks get mad at me. I got to the point, man, I was like, I ain't got to comment. You know what I mean? You know, our track record here is proven. You know what I'm saying? Everybody leaves out here satisfied. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As long as everything is right, they leave out here satisfied. It is what it is.
And I ain't gonna lie, this to all my homies. Cause see, I grew up a little different. My man Chelsea, y'all know about these guns, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we don't know. We just get them jumps, load them up, think we stop busting them jumps off. We don't know nothing. We can educate ourselves about these guns for real, because especially when you're protecting your family, these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
See, my biggest issue was when I grew up, a lot of us, we didn't know we could get these jumps legal.
Yeah.
Now you
You
ride
see
around
you see that a lot. You get a lot of the younger guys that come in here, and I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, I get a satisfaction out of some of these young dudes coming in like, yeah, you know what I mean. You know, they kept their record clean. They come in, they do this shit right, man.
Yeah.
And some who have, you know, in the past, you know, yeah, I played the street, but you know, I stayed right. You know, it just feel good to come in. I'm not looking over my shoulder and shit, because some guys are intimidated by going in a lot of stores, especially within the last year. Yo, cats is getting looked at funny when they go in stores.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they getting the funny looks, you know. I mean, granted, some of these guys are asking for stupid shit, but it's because they were miseducated. You know,
That's right.
they're getting most of they getting most of what they know from these videos and shit.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you got Dracos, man. Dude, you're walking with a ticking time bomb with a stupid ass Draco. Do your homework on your brands before you go out and get a Draco.
Gotta educate ourselves, man, because I ain't gonna lie. I was one of them people, how I got a gun wasn't the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So now, years later, I gotta re-educate myself on how to properly shoot, properly load it, properly clean it, what to do, the laws with it and shit like that. Because a lot of times you learn shit from different people, and they don't even know what the fuck they talking about, bro. So when I come here, it's like I'm jive quiet because I'm just in the chest. I'm like, dang, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. But y'all really know y'all shit, bro. Like, it makes me want to be like, I gotta learn something. Like that one right there, I love that. I'm gonna get that jump, bro. I'm coming back to get that jump, bro.
What's that?
That jump, I don't even know what it's called. Y'all call it APT. I don't, what's that jump called again?
That's an AR-15.
That's an AR?
Yeah, that's
Hey, look, man.
that was a short barrel rifle.
I don't even know that shit, bro. What I'm saying is that jump look nice, bro. And but the thing is, I probably don't even know how to shoot that jump for real. Like, to really know how to shoot it, like really shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to grow up, right? We'd be in the back of the, like in the woods or something. We used to be popping off, but nobody really showed us how to really shoot these guns, man. And I'm glad it's a place like a brother like you. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it makes me feel more comfortable to tell you the truth. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they're afraid to say they don't know. They don't know something.
Actually, man, you know what? At first, I was encountering cats who, you know, who knew more than me. Every now and then you get some. But then you get some who come in here and they're like, yo, man, I heard you know your shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, talk to me. And start breaking shit down.
That's good.
You know, then the other thing too, like you got guys who came here been shooting for years and definitely will sit back and say, yo, man, I'm coming to take a class with y'all. And they do. You know what I'm saying? You know, we really showing how it's done. You know what I'm saying? You know.
And that's one thing I liked about watching y'all guys training. I was supposed to make it out. I couldn't make it out that weekend. Was that last year or something?
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of these social media guys that they do. How can I say this? They do a lot of that speed loading and stuff. Come on, man.
That's Ham, y'all. See what's up, Ham.
What's going on?
You back there building stuff now.
Yeah. Look at that jump right there.
Cause I look at a lot of these so-called social media, Instagram people. What they do a lot of they want to do a lot of that shoot, go to a pistol, and speed loading, which is I think is fine, but I think people actually think that as actual training. It's like, but it's a whole different story. If God forbid something happened, like, would you be able to do all that?
Here's another thing too, because now with the rise of a lot of gun ownership, a lot of folks are getting up and just going to the range and just blast the ammo away. So for anybody who's sitting out here thinking like the ammo shortage is a myth, it's fucking not. It's the truth. And you got people who come in here every other day buying ammo. What you doing? I'm going to the range. And after you get to know people for a while, we start having discussions and stuff, and you'll see they don't have no real fundamentals or anything. So the question I ask them is, so what you going to the range every day for? Oh, I'm practicing. Practicing what? If you got poor fundamentals, all you doing is doing the same fucked up fundamentals. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not getting anything out of it. You're wasting ammo. You're wasting paper. Some people can't even draw from a holster. You know, there's a lot of things that some people don't know. So now they waste their paper. And then as of last year, you got all these pop-up FFLs, all these pop-up instructors. Now everybody's a fucking instructor all of a sudden. And, you know, of course, for those who don't know, they'll go on train because
Right.
you have that cert. So all of a sudden means you know what you're talking about. Some of these folks don't know shit.
Like, who came up with this shit shooting on the side like that, bro?
Uh,
That's some
act-
bullshit.
Actually, it's not.
It ain't?
Actually, it's not. That is a technique.
For
That
real?
was a technique from
One hand when
LAPD.
you
For
hurt.
real?
Actually, it's for when you're shooting behind the shield.
Oh.
SWAT technique. So,
Oh.
that's a real technique.
So when they, that's crazy, bro. So you learn something every day. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the shooting from the side that's from LAPD. Where did you see that in old gangster movies?
Yeah.
In LA.
And LA. Okay. All right.
So how does your training go? Like what's all the stuff you try to hit on with training?
Well, we like to break our classes down in tiers, because we have classes for beginners, which are normally ran by Darren, the big guy who goes with Sigma Dick.
Don't say that again. Oh, pause,
Sigma Dick, D-I-T.
Oh, my bad,
you
bro.
know,
My bad,
so-
my bad, bro.
Or Born to Protect LLC. And then we have license to carry class, so we are certified. We do the Florida license to carry and Florida, Arizona, and the Delaware license to carry. So Nate, of First Line Defense, he pretty much handles those. Our combat classes are normally done by myself. So what I do is I break them down, and we kind of break them down in tiers. Because first of all, if you're a beginner, you would not see my class until I know that you done trained with somebody, with quality. Because trust and believe, I will ask who you trained with.
Yeah.
If you didn't train with one of us, I will ask who you trained with.
Okay.
And and I am one of those, like, if you came to my class and told me, if I didn't know who your instructor was, and you told me, oh, I trained with this guy, and I turn around and say, oh, okay, because all you gave me was a certificate before you came, and I see you display some bullshit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to leave. Because at the end of the day, our classes are dynamic, they're move and shoot, and our pace is a little bit different when we do things. So now with that being said, somebody could get hurt, whether it be you or somebody there. And one thing we play a big part in is safety. So I will tell you to get the fuck out of there.
That's what's
real
up.
quick.
Respect, though.
Or, the guys with the egos. We kind of play the guys with the egos out too. So, I am first to say that.
Yeah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up. So I guess I gotta start with beginners, man, because I don't know shit. Because I know my man, I ain't gonna tell my man name up there, but he did this class, we had to take it out the holster, right? He never took it out the holster before. And they clowned him so bad, bro. Like so I know my shit fucked up, bro. I don't know nothing about any of that type of stuff. I got guns, but to how to really shoot and have the proper mechanics, nah. And I need to learn.
I mean, first of all, shooting paper is cool. If you want to get your fundamentals right, shooting paper is cool for a minute. But then there's a point where you gotta stop that because real life ain't just that fucking static. Shooting that paper. Or just moving from left to right. And the fucking static. It just ain't it. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, there's a lot more to it than that.
Okay. Man, look, man, we gonna take a break, man. This song was awesome, man. I got a lot more questions for you, though. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna take this quick break. We will get right back at you. The link, baby.